And in 4, 3, 2, 1.
Naka, you were a very happy man last week, not today.
No, bros, not at all. The Lions played really well today, so it was a big disappointment for us.
Every village has one, huh? I suppose it's me, bro. Okay, let's start that all over again, huh? We got Bill Crosby here. Naka, you were a happy man last week with that result, but not today with this one.
Yeah, bro, it's very disappointing today. I thought in the first half we had a lot of opportunities which we didn't convert into points, and at this level, you have to use the opportunities and get the points on the board. Second half, all credit to the Bulls, they defended really well, but we played poorly today. There's no excuses. We have to go back to the drawing board and be up for it next week.
What are the areas that you would like to target specifically out of this game?
I thought mentally we weren't good in the contact situation. Last week we had a lot of momentum on attack, and on defense, we had good one-on-one hits.
John de Jong looking full of running this evening. And this man, well, he always does look full of running, doesn't he? Skara and Dubeni, Coleman. And this time it's John de Jong who couldn't take the pass. Burton's done well to chip it forward. It's really good covering that from Cheslin Colby. Came up from the left wing.
Turnover good. 8 blue in the side. Yeah, okay.
Well, that's Keegan Daniel.
I can't see you.
Down at the moment.
There's an altercation, yeah. You can see it. And he stayed down after that.
Yeah. Come here, Dion. Excuse me. I'm giving you ample time to contest when you're on your feet.
Yeah.
But what I don't expect is when it's a ruck and guys come on the side, specifically you off the ruck pushing the guy's head in the face. The penalty's in the same place, but just stay out of that, all right?
Yeah, but just off the ball stuff.
Thanks. Thank you.
I'm just a little worried that maybe Keegan Daniel got a finger in the eye.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks.
I think not intentional whatsoever.
Yep.
It does seem that way.
I've dealt with it. You've got the
You
penalty
can
anyway.
see it again.
And you can go for blood, I can see that. Penalty. Yeah, sure. Exactly. That's why you got a penalty.
Really nothing in it, a few handbags if anything. But just, there's an
So
inordinate
Keegan
amount of...
Daniel is going to leave the field for a short while, and Justin Downey will come on in his place. One can only assume that there is a little bit of blood, but in the meanwhile the Sharks into a positive situation.
Justin Downey, a bit of a workhorse, makes very few mistakes. And when he gets through a mountain of work on the field, so you can see why Brad McLeod Henderson would have him on the
Here's
bench.
middle blue.
Craig Burton with the throw-in. Wenzel making the line-out calls at the back, but it's Jacques Boertes with a jump. Tell you, Western Province
More!
all over the Sharks like a swarm of bees when that ball is around the rucks and mauls. Sharks just struggling to get momentum, perhaps also because they haven't had enough ball possession.
Wait, blue!
Dysel is deciding what to do with it, feeds it to Piet Marais.
Inside here.
So time to keep it in amongst the forwards for a while. Here's the call of the Sharks. Reiner.
Inside here, blue.
So it's slowly catch a monkey, but the monkey wants to go forward too, not backwards.
Stand your feet. One blue.
James. Butch James just poking it down towards the corner flag and just didn't get the bounce that he wanted.
It wasn't very effective at all from either the forwards or the kick from Butch James. They did do a lot of that in their warm-up, in the pick and go, and trying to create a bit of width outside them with the forwards. But with that, you have to try and get momentum. It's the only way you can unleash the backs.
Gareth right downstairs. It just seems they're a little bit still in first gear, the Sharks.
Their ineffective clean-out is not helping their cause whatsoever, and missing first-time tackles as well.
Well, we counted 4 just now. In the meanwhile, Coleman probing for the corner flag and getting pretty close to it.
Well, there's a difference in the kicking game between Coleman and Butch James. Coleman's put it into space, found a neat touch in the 22, where James has kicked it away.
Back 3 of Western Province working effectively. We saw Colby coming across the field to help the cause. Gert van der Heeff has had his hands on the ball. Here, Aplon very much part of the game.
After this.
So some competition in that line-out, and it wasn't a good one for the Sharks. Coming out on Western Province's side. So it's quick ball, Coleman. Might have thought about moving it on that occasion. Noam Tabeni, Dallender. And here's a real chance for them. De Jong. It's another one of those, Rob Gibson.
There may have been a grinding. I'm worried about touchline. Yep. Dion, you're in the front. Try again, please.
Well, Marius van der West has never had an easy night out there on the far touchline. And Craig's gone up again. 2 very difficult ones to adjudicate from assistant referee and a referee's point of view. This is Jean de Jong. Just right at the end, he has a reach. Does he get it on the paintwork or on the boot?
That's a try. That's dotted on the line.
Now from this angle, it looks on the line. It's just missed Tim Whitehead's boot.
Well, that you can see his orange boot goes up into the air, which is fine. And that looks like it's either on the line or over it.
Yep, I think it's grounded on the line, if anything.
Craig,
Yes, Dion.
you may award the try.
Thanks.
Well, suddenly the crowd like Craig Joubert.
And Marius van der Westhuizen. Dion van Bloemensteen making the call from upstairs. The right one it was. Here's their try and turnover ball once again. The Sharks making errors in the line-out area. And Tabeni does very well here. Just draws in 3 defenders. De Allender gets the pass away. De Jong with the finish. It's a well-worked try from Western Province from a turnover.
One's always got to think as well about the work that's got to be done by the try scorer. It's never easy when you're in that situation. You're not sure where the line is. You're being swung around. You're trying to stay away from the touchline, and you've still got to try and ground it. So really good work there from the Western Province outside centre.
And just a change down here, the Sharks have brought on Sean McLeod for Cobus Ranach, and it looks like it could be a quad injury for the young man.
Well, he played so well for the Sharks last week, Charles McLeod. Can Kurt Coleman keep up this fantastic kicking record of his? 11 out of 12. This time it doesn't hold its line.
It was great work from the turnover. Cesar Maseko just showing his inexperience and pinching in, and well done by Jean de Jong getting in for his try, and that's put Western Province well ahead in this game.
Okay, time on.
Keegan Daniel also entering the fray.
Got a red eye at the moment, which will probably turn black, but there's a penalty against the Sharks.
Wait for him to come down.
Well, they didn't want to make the same mistake twice. The last time Currie van der Heeff went straight up the middle of the field. This time making sure They made the tackle. Unfortunately, player in the air.
The left foot of Hugh Aplon used on that occasion.
Not a question about it. Good lift from Intabeni. The Islander gets taken in the air.
Bring your boys. Bring your boys.
I think both sets of line-out teams really looking to compete on opposition ball. Now it's Rhodes up front and de Kock Steenkamp at the back.
And that's good hassling from Marco Wenzel. Really forced Intabeni to get that ball in. And covered his man very well in the defensive capabilities. That's de Kock Steenkamp. He's calling the line-outs for Western Province.
Hit and chase at the last scrum. Fold and hold. Yep.
You can just see that again. Wenzel getting up. He's got a mountain of experience. And the error coming. Just catches the arm on the way down. Those are the cheeky things you learn through a decade of rugby overseas.
Gentlemen, come up to the mark, please.
Well, there's a few cheeky things that you learn up here as well. I see that Bolly Swart, the former Springbok top, has been helping the Sharks this week too with their scrumming.
And we're going to fold and hold.
Well, we couldn't see that in the first scrum. It was a short-arm penalty against Western Province for pushing before the ball's in. The next one's a long-arm penalty, and that they're going to have to bear in mind. So it's after the crouch bind set. They've got to be steady before the scrum off. He's told to put the ball in by the referee.
Set. Yes, 9.
Oh, there it is. Yes, 9. That's a great scrum from Western Province. Got quickly through the feet there of the Sharks. Western Province like a real bunch of scavengers at the breakdown point, competing for every ball and winning a lot of them.
Back off, Black.
So back foot is Reynald Garba.
Get up, Blue.
It was good effort there from the prop forward. He was pretty much on his own. Now McLeod, this is what he brings to the game. He's got a very good kicking game and a very similar player in many ways to Louis Schroeder.
And mostly a left boot, as you saw on that occasion. But probed very nicely and got the bounce of the ball. And Province now defensive line out. They lost the last one on their own throw.
And with that left foot, right foot access with him and James, it proves useful for the Sharks outfit.
All the way to the Black. Keep moving, keep moving. No.
So this time Western Province maybe just looking to work a little bit with the forwards to give enough space for the kicker, who is Louis Schroeder. Coleman up for it. That's very good play by the fly half. Dallender. Now De Jong and Aplon. A little chip and chase, and I'll tell you what, there's a lot of pace. There's another man who's got pace, Lawazi Mvovo. And he's just found himself in a cul-de-sac and unable to get out of it. That's the left boot of McLeod. That's not out. Coleman. Dallender. And they've got an extra man here if they utilise this effectively, but Fadi Yefa decided to go infield. Coleman, the little grubber, was the obstruction.
No traffic.
Referee quite happy with that passage of play. Oh, it's very clever. Little ding through the middle. Have a look at this. Very clever indeed. Defence up. I think Teddy agree with Craig Jabir. Just a bit of traffic into Allender's way.
Now will we see that classic catch and drive from Western Province that they've done so well on occasions and scored plenty of tries from them. Here they come again. This time the Sharks holding them off. Schroeder, Dallender. And again, they've got an extra man here. And Bobby Colby, he'll just canter home.
This is quality from Western Province. They're giving the ball some hand. They've got 2 tries in 20 minutes. We haven't really seen much of that in the previous games. And you're not going to keep this man off the score sheet. Cheslin Colby gets his first try of the evening. Have a look at this once again. Scurry into Benny. Fantastic pass over the top. Little floater. Colby just has a cruise in. Western Province extend their lead.
And it was a quick ball. Scurry into Benny, showing a wide variety of skills, but it all came from a poor box kick from Sean McLeod early on. And this has put Western Province into a sizable lead here. Great finishing by the young flying left winger, Cheslin Colby.
Well, he could fast become the darling of Newlands, and I know that two of our men in studio who played rugby for South Africa, of course, Ashwin Willemse and Brayton Pulser. Well, Ashwin didn't play here, but Brayton was the darling of Newlands. So Brayton, you might have to step aside at some stage. Who knows? In fact, maybe Tony Ndora is also a winger. He'll tell us.
Oh, Brighty, I don't agree with Gav just yet, but
just want to go a little bit left of where he went last time. That's a better strike. It's a perfect one. He's shown he's a man for the big stage, Kurt Coleman. It's been a terrific period of play for them.
And it was that wonderful ball over the top from the ever-present hooker, Scurry into Benny, that found the little diminutive winger, one can say. And then for Province, the second try of the afternoon.
Well, there's a knock-on that the referee says, let's play on into Benny. That's well fielded by Jean Dosel. Exactly the right man that the Sharks wanted to set up the next phase. James. I think Western Province are aware of the fact that there could be a fair bit of kicking from Butch James, so they're standing back. There's men patrolling all the way back there, and it's another great kick that from Coleman. James. Now SP Marais running from the fullback position and being bundled into touch.
Coleman's having one brilliant game this evening so far. Nice deft touches. And have a look at this. He's really getting involved, and that's Jean de Jong that's assisting. SP Marais, first time he's touched the ball this evening.
Into Benny. Michael Rhodes up front. De Kock Steenkamp in the middle. To the back to Elstadt. Perfect line out. Now de Allender. Used as the battering ram in midfield. And then Michael Rhodes. Been impressive since his debut a few weeks ago. Some really good work there from Nizam Carr. De Allender again. Just keeping a couple of players busy. Western Province doing well to carry the ball through phases, despite the fact that they've had a couple of knock-ons, in fact 2 of them. They've shown relative patience. Now the little chip, which way does this go? Very good idea from Schroeder, but he overcooked it.
Yeah, much happier coaching box. Also took quite an extended lead last week against the Lions, which they lost the impetus through a yellow card. So this week they've got to keep things going.
Yeah.
Fine, backward. All backward. General play on.
So pressure once again. And Vobo's done well here. Every single metre you make in your own 22 is so valuable. Van der Heever. First pass to Aplon to make the call. And it's another long pass to Colby. Good stepping there from the youngster. Coleman just looking to vary things. So not afraid to play into contact. Elstadt, that's a good tackle on him from Craig Burden.
Missed the ball. Wait. Yep.
Western Province just seem to have so many players. They've got numbers where they needed. They're patrolling and utilising the width of the field extremely well. The Sharks just unable to get themselves into this game. Well, it's another knock-on. Uncharacteristically, we've seen a couple from Jean de Jong tonight.
Front, obstructing the player from playing the ball. Knock-on player in front.
And Danaher tried to do the right thing here, but just unfortunately after the knock-on he's in front of the player. And then unfortunately he's been caught for obstructing the player from able to play it from the Sharks side. So he did attempt, he does know his rules well.
His laws, Robert.
I beg your pardon, Gavin.
And the Achilles heel of the Sharks at the moment, guys, is the fact that their kicking game is inept. It's allowing Province to play with width and with pace, and they're running the Sharks ragged after 30 minutes in this contest.
Well, it might be a question that we'd want to ask the two of you really is what should they be doing, the Sharks, besides getting their hands on the ball?
Well, their breakdown work has been inefficient for me. They need to get quicker ball and look to get some block runners in behind Province's defensive lines.
Well, they continue to look to try and use the width of the field. Here's Mvovo. But these turnovers are not helping the Sharks at all. Western Province have really been quite efficient at the breakdown.
5, stop, wait, 5.
Now Keegan Daniel, he can do anything with it. He's got the skills to kick, pass, run, do whatever you want. And another chance for them. Has that ball been kept in field? That's excellent play that from Louis Ludik. Comes into the scrum half berth. Maseko, he's had few opportunities tonight. McLeod, Piet Marais, a young 22-year-old from Velkom. Nothing much that Maseko could do, just to take it in, set it up for the next phase. James waiting for it. Now Butch James, that's a good kick from him. Which way does it bounce? Oh, not favourably for the Sharks, it would seem.
Time off. Okay, Dion, I want you to have a look at a couple of things here. Firstly, who puts the ball into in goal? And then who grounds it first, please?
Want to have a look at who puts it in goal first and who grounds it? Have a look.
Thanks. Yeah, no, I'm looking here. Sorry, we're looking here.
This has been better from the Sharks, and very clever little chip over the top. SP Marais, there you see him coming. The bounce to the ball, unfortunately, just evades him. What happens next, though? Province take it back. And I think Province will be dotting it down as well. Michael Rose just gets a hand to it, yeah. SP Marais has gone beyond the ball.
They'll be looking for downward pressure, and I think Gio Applin's the man who's got the downward pressure. Just coming off the field as well as Marco Venso. It looks like he's dislocated his shoulder, so Edwin Hewitt enters the fray.
It's not a season for lock forwards, is it? Griquas have certainly had their problems, but having a look at that, Rob, I think you've got it spot on. It's been carried into the in-goal area, grounded by Western Province, and it'll be a scrum 5.
Craig?
Yes, Dion.
The ball was touched by blue in the field of play, and then it was grounded by blue. Therefore, scrum 5 black.
Gotcha, thanks. Carried back 5 metre scrum.
A wicked bounce that, wasn't it, for the Sharks?
No, it was, and clever from Butch James. A little bit more momentum on their side from the Sharks. Getting the ball in the right areas. Look, the mixture between the forwards and backs has been slightly disjointed so far in this first half. They tend to get that right. Ball runners, particularly like Keegan Daniel out wide, they could be much more dangerous in the second. The scrum has been under pressure though, in the first one they had on their own ball.
And a wonderful attacking platform. Look out for SP Marais. He's got electric pace here at the back.
Yes, 9.
Now they've got a couple of quick fellows. Most of them lined up to the left-hand side. But a midfield scrum gives you lots of chances.
Gentlemen, wait for the ball, please. Wait for the ball. Yep. Towards me.
Well, dropping his bind there on both sides of the scrum, so right to reset this one.
Okay. Props. Boys, hold.
Stephen Kitsoff got a wry smile on his lips there, I saw.
Nice and close.
Well, I'll tell you what, in addition to a referee, we should have a scrum policeman on the field for all the skullduggery, as you call it, that goes
Come
on.
on, Gav.
Crouch.
It's innocence up front, all 6 of them.
Bind. Set.
They need a strong
Yes,
scrum
nine.
here to the Sharks. On the back foot, but that Schultz, McLeod coming away with it. There's another turnover.
Roll out,
No,
Blue.
they've managed to hold on to it.
Let it go, Blue.
Now the Sharks need to show some patience here. Big Jean Daisel.
Backwards.
Forwards lined up, Piet Marie along with Jacques Boertes.
Entry.
Well, question time, yeah, well, no question. Let's take and go. John Daisel himself. Was that the right
Yes,
call?
ball is out. Roll away, Blue. 3,
They
move.
certainly are meeting fire with fire, are the Sharks.
Hands on. Play on, play on.
Maseko held up by Skaro and Tabeni. He really does give his all, doesn't he, Tabeni? The Sharks have just got to be careful that they don't cough
Hands
the ball
on,
up
play on,
here.
hands on.
We've seen turnovers plenty in this game,
Okay,
mostly
Maurice.
going against the Sharks.
Yep.
Daniel. They just seem to not have any real momentum, the Sharks.
Roll away,
Full
15.
credit to Western Province for their defensive work. They've become known for it in the past few seasons.
Fine.
Donnie Binney,
3, Blue.
McLeod. He's got John Daisel standing off again. Now Butch James and Louis Ludick. Just see 2 or 3 Western Province players over that ball so quickly, and that's what's putting pressure. The Sharks have got to commit more men to the breakdown point and be more clinical if they want to have a part in this match.
Well, it's cleaning out the area and the work rate of the forwards to get into position
we've got to
to
see
make
the
those
content from the
effective
players.
cleans. Scurry and Tabeni,
I'll
another
ask the
kid
boys.
that's really getting around the park, as is his captain,
Play on.
Dion Free, them together affecting that steal that time round. But John Daisel, wrong decision, quick tap. If anything, the driving more or the scrum, but preferably the 3 points.
Guys, ding-dong test on 2 black.
Well, Louis Ludick taking it in, but hasn't Skara and Tabeni been impressive this afternoon? On his feet, has all the rights to the ball, great technique, and has won his side a penalty, and they've carved off an inordinate amount of territory.
Gareth, just another point. Looks like Craig Burton's leaving the
Not
field.
going on their appeals.
Well, it's a war of attrition at this stage, and
Are your hands
definitely it is, and Carl Cooper is going to get into the hot seat there.
Well, you could ask for a worse replacement. Carl Cooper's had a fantastic season, only recently relinquished that position, but maybe it's just for blood. That we'll see. Or maybe the concussion test, so that might not be permanent. Ntubeni. I tell you, Damien Dallin really keeps players busy, doesn't he? We seldom see one man bring him down, but another knock-on from Western Province. 4 handling errors from them at crucial times.
Onside, Blue.
James.
Advantage over.
That's a very good kick that from Butch James. If there's anything they need, it's territory to go with the few scraps that they've had.
They've got to be playing in the right areas. I think what Butch has tried to do this entire game is get them into that position. Kitsoff just takes his eyes off the ball before he catches it. And straight into the action goes Carl Cooper. A fantastic kick from Butch James, exactly what I think the Sharks need to be doing.
Line-out's formed.
Well, look at that possession stat, 59% to the Sharks, and yet they are trailing by 15 points to 0.
Marginal, but you're right.
Just a quick word on Craig Burdham. Looks like he's got a black eye. It's closed up pretty quickly, and he can't seem to see out of it.
Okay, swapping is fine.
So Ntabeni then with a short line out. Western Province said that they wanted to improve their lineouts from last week. Sharks, of course, had that fantastic victory over the Bulls, 34-18 last week. But they've been somewhat shell-shocked here tonight.
Counter-ruck all good.
Quick throw in there from Charles McLeod. There's nothing wrong with that. Murray. Oh, it's not a good pass. Somehow the momentum keep the momentum going. SP Murray with a kick downfield. There comes Aplon. And just couldn't get his pass in field. That was better play and better pressure from the Sharks.
And the first bit of enterprise shone at the back by SP Murray. But it's the Sharks who are putting themselves under huge amounts of pressure. They're missing their first-time tackles. They're allowing Province to play over the ball. Great footwork by Aplon.
Thanks.
But luckily for the black and white outfit, they've got out of jail.
6 turnovers to the Sharks, or against the Sharks tonight. James. He's had a busy first half, Jean Daisel. And then SP Murray with a kick through. This is Gerrit van der Heever. Oh, sadly knocked it on. Otherwise it was a potential foot race between him and SP Murray.
The Sharks just look bereft of ideas. They don't know what to do with the ball on attack. There's no cynicism between the backs and the forwards, and the coaching staff will have to have some harsh words in the shed come half-time.
There's some good work after the ball from your team, but wait for the ball in your right. Let's go, Props!
Well, this is a great attacking scrum for the Sharks, and it's probably the last throw of the dice in this first half. They'll be looking to come away with some form of points.
Crouch!
Well, it's been a great first half for Western Province, but they know they had a great first half last week too and didn't return the compliment in the second half. Can they play for 80 minutes? But it's a great scrum again from them. And they win a penalty.
Number 3.
Well, your set pieces should be not negotiable. And the Sharks really struggling at scrum time.
Fantastic all-out shove by the men in blue and white. But it's those second half performances that have worried the coaching staff down here in the Western Cape. Those abject last 40 minutes that have allowed sides to get back in, and those 2 draws against the Lions and the Bulls have come back to haunt Western Province. And a great scrum. Province getting all out behind it, powering through the scrum. And Craig Jabir within his rights to award a penalty.
De Kock Steenkamp with making the call in the line out there and called it onto himself. So Burden back on the park. And in the background, the hooter. So will we finish the half?
Through the middle.
Where it is at the moment. Or will there be a try scoring or point scoring opportunity? None.
Okay, all right. Collapse more, use or lose.
That's it. Surely from Craig Jabir, and so it is. Half-time then comes here in Cape Town, and it's been a great, exciting first half, certainly if you're a Western Province supporter. And downstairs is Rob Kempson.
Butch James, congrats on your 50th game this evening. Not quite going to plan at the moment.
Yeah, definitely not. Everything we do not seem to be working. So, yeah, got a long chat now in the shed there, and yeah, starts with our first phase. Hopefully we can sort that out.
Is it a matter of trying to follow the game plan?
Yeah, we're trying to follow it, but with that we need to get the gain line, and with their defence pretty good, and we're battling to do that. Cool, thanks.
Well summed up there by Butch James. And there we have it then. At half-time then, Western Province 15, Sharks 0. Welcome back to Newlands, and the halftime scoreline then here, if you've just joined us, the Western Province team leading by 15 points to 0, courtesy of 2 fantastic tries.
Alistair, you've got the Sharks on the back foot.
I'm really pleased with the effort in the first half, Robbie, but you know, we've spoken the whole week about putting 2 halves together, so I'm quite excited to see what's going to happen in the second half. I think the message in the change room was, you know, we've got to keep playing and we've got to keep being accurate. That's massively important. We're doing well in the scrums, our line-out. You know, it has been functioning well. We've got to keep that accuracy up and make sure we play in the right areas and keep defending like we've been doing, you know.
Well, what's very clear, of course, is that Western Province need to string together 2 halves. They need to play for 80 minutes, which they haven't really done this season. That is the biggest concern.
And of course, they squandered a 22 points to 3 lead last weekend. And as Alistair Coetzee mentioned, they need to put those 2 halves together to come away with a 5-point victory.
No changes at halftime for Western Province. The Sharks start the second half with 2 replacement men. Charles McLeod continues, and Carl Cooper is back on in the hooker position. Tim Whitehead caught in possession. He's done really well just to hold that up. So are we going to see a big push in the second half to win a little bit more territory from the Sharks and put the finishing touches? At the moment, the momentum is very definitely with Western Province.
Without a shadow of a doubt. Until I was downstairs and I watched that last maul of Western Provinces. Both these sides are really climbing into each other. I can tell you that the replacement that's come on the field will be a lasting one. Quibus Raunak was limping off out in the tunnel. He's not quite sure what's wrong with him, but he thinks he's gone over his ankle.
Schroeder, Coleman, everyone going at full tilt. Makes such a difference when you've got forwards like Nizamkar going absolutely full tilt.
That's fine. Contest through the middle.
Good contest there from the Sharks.
No, straight down.
Was that Pat Cilliers who did the clean-up work?
You've got to stand your feet. On your feet.
SP Murray, the man penalised. Easy enough decision for Dion Currie with a 15-point lead. Let's get it up to 18.
It's in his arm caught, and this tackle from Butch James. You're right about the pace on the ball, though, is what Province really their forwards have been doing today. And this man has a lot of it. He really has grown in stature from UCT and now playing for Western Province. And SP Murray making the error of coming off his feet, and that was Craig Joubert.
And a rather cynical error from SP Murray. I saw the faces of the Natal coaching staff. They weren't pleased at all, in particular Brendan Fenter, and that will add to his woes.
Yeah, when you're not playing well, discipline becomes a key factor. Sharks can't afford to give away these sort of penalties, especially to a goal kicker of the caliber of Kurt Coleman. Well, it doesn't matter that he slipped over because he's got the 3 points. In fact, I saw him slip a few times prior to the match when he was practicing his kicking. Good refined technique. Very laid back young man.
Well, just that left foot coming from under him. He needs to actually play in 6 studs as opposed to the multi-studs, but unfortunately for the young man, it's worked out for him.
Well, you tell him that, Gareth. Stephen Kitsoff. Coleman. This time going a little bit more midfieldish. SP Murray. It's the first real hoist we've seen from the Sharks. It's gone too far. Very easy catch there for Kieran Aplon. So will we see a little bit of aerial ping pong at the start of the second half? James kicking for deep down in the touchline. Coleman has come out of his
he's inside.
22. Well, no, the referee says he was inside. Doesn't matter, it didn't go out. Volvo.
All out black.
That's not a great kick.
Miss, fun.
Well, the cruel bounce of the rugby ball nearly made it into a good kick.
It was in Bova, putting a little up and under in. I've never seen a Dell man ever do that in my life.
Spoken like a true Queenian.
That one, might have just clipped the fingers, I would have thought.
Well, have a look at those statistics, and of course, he got so close to scoring a fantastic try after that brilliant break from Keo Aplon in the first half.
Bind. Set.
Sean McLeod. I'll tell you what, that's a tight end. Again, the scrum of the Sharks has wilted, as did the left boot on that occasion of Louis Schroeder.
It's a waste. It's a turnover ball. You've got to get it out wide. Have a go at it. What a fantastic scrum though. Western Province, no doubt he's got the ascendancies in this set piece. Have a look at this. The scrum steady as the ball comes in. The power comes through. Kitsov's doing his work, as are the other 7 forwards. This, I'm afraid, should have gone to hand as opposed to the boot.
Carl Cooper. Oh, they've lost a line out too. So it's not just the scrums, the line outs are worrying too for the Sharks. Great competing there from Western Province. Schroeder, that kick of his hasn't gone far enough.
Play on.
Nobody wants it. Except one of the smaller men on the field, Cheslin Colby.
Turnover good.
So the Sharks with a rare opportunity here to attack wide. Tim Whitehead slipping. And Western Province transgressing at the breakdown point.
Delaying arrivals.
Well, Allen has been pinged for not running away. And Tabeni almost had his hands in that. He's such a difficult man to clean off that breakdown area. Very low centre of gravity. But Allender, he's given the penalty away. Gav, what would you do here? They're looking like they're going for the corner. Maybe the 3 points on offer.
Well, Butch Jones had a look at his captain, Jacques Woodis, and said to him, what do you want me to do? And he pointed to the corner.
There we see that again. Tabeni on the ball beautifully. The Allender just delaying it slightly. Clever play from the centre. Unfortunately, much more intelligent from Grey Jabir.
And it looks like Butcher's night is coming to an end as Fred Zallinger warms up here on the touchline.
Interesting call that. And Tabeni, just a flick out of the back of the hand. Well, that's been charged down. Western Province, just maybe being a little lackadaisical in their own 22.
Let it go!
James.
Play on. Fine.
A little chip kick onto Colby. And John Dysel was the man chasing down. That's real David and Goliath scenario.
It's been very clear from the start of this game that they're going to be utilising that cross kick. They've done it on a number of occasions so far. And John Dysel has been lurking out there somewhat.
Okay, numbers are fine.
Just the option taking of the Sharks has been really poor this afternoon. They're chasing the game. And they're making too many errors.
Swap.
Yeah, pretty much they are chasing it. There's still a lot of game time left, though. Many things can happen. And one of the things they want to do is just get onto the board somehow. Just make a psychological difference as a start. But they've got to clean up their act at the tight phases. Set pieces in particular. They've already given away 5 turnovers. Here comes another one. The thing is, these turnovers are coming about really in the red zone when you don't want that to happen.
They've given away the ball 11 times, 7 in open play and 4 in the set pieces. You can't get anything going. That's why it's so disjointed. And the physical battle at the moment has been won by Western Province, particularly in this breakdown area.
Carl Cooper got 5 men in the line out. He's got Piet Beret at the back. Of course, Marco Wenzel's off the field.
Back off, Blue!
With a potential dislocated shoulder.
Taken back.
Coleman. Sharks employing a rush defence there with a half moon.
Rush forward advantage.
That sometimes can put real pressure on you.
Advantage
Here's
over.
Ludic.
Inside.
Sharks just seem to be hurried somewhat. They're just not really able to find the space that they want. That was Edwin Hewitt who took it in. Cooper. Again, Louis Ludic just held up. There just seem to be so many Western Province players getting quickly to the ball carrier. And then at the breakdown point, when they need enough, there's plenty to compete. Dysel. This is a little better for the Sharks, even although they don't seem to be creating momentum. They've got their hands on the ball.
Backward. Play on him. Let it go, 6.
McLeod over the top, almost in desperation somewhat, but here comes Western Province. Lots of time for Aplon, and he's just pumped them all the way back just about to the halfway line. 10-meter line rather.
And just a dew on the field. It's just got somewhat heavier, making handling a little bit more tricky.
Sorry, time off. Great
See Jean
substitution.
Dysel coming off.
Okay, we
And
might want him for the
Fred
line-up,
Zeilinger will be coming on too in place of Butch James, we presume.
Just hold the ball, please hold the ball.
Dysel's a blood bin.
Yeah, I'll move.
Well,
Okay, happy
Zeilinger looks
someone?
like that's a permanent
Someone's on.
replacement for Butch James, who said, who me? Might have been a little
Fine.
surprised. First touch for Zeilinger.
Play on.
Now Mvovo. Zeilinger immediately puts it onto the boot. Just not a good kick, that. Execution has been quite
Yes, you're good
ordinary
there.
at times
Touch
from the
good.
Sharks.
And it looks like Nick Groom and Gary van Asbjørgen will be coming on for Schroeder and for Kurt Coleman.
Yep, yeah, they come now.
Yep, send them on.
Well, I'm sure that both Schroeder and in particular Coleman will be pleased with the way things have gone tonight.
I'm actually shocked by that substitution. You've got momentum. It's a well net cog at the moment. Wheels are turning beautifully. Why change?
Well, there's a lot of confidence Alistair Coetzee obviously has in his replacement bench. It's Louis Schroeder coming off. One thing that Nick Groom brings, of course, is a lot of speed. Very quick man, he's a busy man, he talks on the field, gets the players going. Of course, we know about the abilities of Gary van Asbjørgen.
Yeah, I'm going to move you. Let's keep patient, boys, keep patient.
Well, this, by my recollection, is the very first scrum on Western Province ball in this game.
Bind. Set. Yes, 9.
Kitsoff popping out. And Rob, will there not normally be an immediate blow from the referee?
It's going to come, one can be sure of it. There it is. Fantastic work out from the province back. Matthew Proudfoot should be high-fiving Robbie Fleck in that box right now. Exceptional work. They really have dominated the set piece right from the start. That's the Sharks box. Understandably not happy with the way things are going. That is a massive show of strength from the province back.
And that front row into Benny Kitsoff. And of course, Pat Saliers decimating that Sharks scrum, Rob. Not great for the Sharks forwards coach, Brad McLeod.
Even a bobble of the ball from Nick Groom. Let's have a look at the power coming through. The unit all coming through together. Most importantly, the tight head staying down. Quality work from this pack. They're all getting involved in it. No doubt about the penalty.
Set piece woes continue then for the Sharks. Interbenny wasn't sure what the call was. Quickly out from Groom. Now chance for Van Aswierken, first touch for him, then on to Juan de Jong. Western Province really with the sort of possession might really want to speed up the play. And then again, these fresh legs and these pacey men can help. The long pass, Van Aswierken. Damien Dowling there hasn't had a chance yet in the second half. This is good work by Western Province. Scoran Tabeni flicking one through his legs. I just wonder if the coaching staff might have a chat to him about those two little flicks of his.
That's a catch-22. When they go to hand, they're brilliant. When they don't, oh dear. Incur the wrath of the coach when it comes to that video session. Never pleasant.
Oh, that kick hasn't gone out. Now Gerrit van der Heever can kick the ball a long way.
Wait here, Blue. Yep, I'm watching him out the corner of my eye. Yeah.
SP Marais. That's a pretty good kick that from SP Marais. It's been kept in field by Gary van Aswierken.
All right, Blue, keep going, Blue.
Well, there's some big punts being traded by the two teams. Jacques Boertes just trying to play a captain's innings. Now the chip and chase. Which way does it bounce? Unkindly for the Sharks once again. Dion Free, it's good play from him. But then poor passing let Western Province down.
First knock by Blue, back by Black.
You can't fault both sides for the effort they put in this game. Yes, maybe tactically inept sometimes, the Sharks, but they're putting their bodies on the line out there. Make no mistake if you're a supporter.
And it looks like Western Province are just winning the aerial battle at this stage. Jordan Dazzle has come up from the tunnel, and it looks like he'll be taking his place back on the field.
Wanted to ask you about that, Gareth, as we have a look at some of the wounds from the Warriors. Jean Daisel just took a smack on the head, did he?
He did indeed, but he looks like he's all right, and he'll be back into the action pretty soon.
This is the scrum of Western Province. Quality work from them. This is every time there's been a put in. It's the first on the own ball. Look at that, and they milk a penalty from it, taking it all of 5 to 7 metres.
Bear in mind the Sharks coming into this weekend were number 1 on the Absa Currie Cup Premier Division log. Maseko, he's had few opportunities tonight, searching for some work. Downey. Carl Cooper also looking to try and take the ball down Route 1, along with Donnie Mini. It's Mini coming away with it. That's better running that from the Sharks, finding a little bit of space. Just every ball carrier seems to find two men blocking his path. And now the chance comes, and over goes Mlazi Mbobo.
Pace on the ball here, finally from the Sharks. It's the Springbok, Mlazi Mbobo. Man from Dell College gets over in that far left corner. The place where Cheslin Colby scored his first of the evening. And finally something to shout about. Zeilinger gets the pass to him, a lot of work to do. Don't discount the amount he had to do to finish that try. Quality from the winger. He's got a Springbok caps to his name.
Thanks.
Well, it's taken 57 odd minutes for the Sharks to get onto the board. It's been one of those days for them. But full credit to Mvovo. Lots of hard work, despite the attentions of Nizam Kar and Gerrit van der Heever. Now Fred Zeilinger also has a fantastic kicking record this season, 83%. Well struck, but not straight enough.
Well, for the first time in this contest, the Sharks got quick ball. Running onto it was Zalinger. A lovely weighted pass to Mvovo. But look at the work he had to do, and he thundered in for his try in the corner.
Brock Harris onto the field, I presume in place of Pat Cilliers.
Now Pat strolling off. He's had a very good evening. He has. The Tartet. Here's Brock Harris. Played his 100th game a few weeks back.
A man with oodles of experience. And of course a Currie Cup winners medal. Western Province, the defending champions.
Onside blue white. Yep.
Cooper. Sharks really just trying to attack from deep. Zalinger. Now, counter-attacking opportunities, and this has really been a bit of an Achilles heel for the Sharks. There are so many players in this Western Province side that are great attacking runners from the back. So if you're not kicking the ball out, you could pay the price. Even Nizam Kar has had an excellent match, courtesy of a lot of the hard work that's been done by the tight forwards. But yeah, attack one! Oh, have a look at this! Try of the season! Brilliant, brilliant play by the fullback.
Yo, Aplon, the genius comes out this evening here at Newlands. I'm sure Brighton Pulse is half-fiving in the studio right now. That is quality. Have a look at this. Remnants of Pulse himself, inside, outside the jink. He has everyone falling over. Aplon, fantastic.
Off that right boot, and there he went again. Past Bjorn Herbst, left SP Marais for dead. You're not going to catch Gio Aplon from 20 metres out, and we've been calling it all afternoon. The magician has arrived.
Just have a look at the delighted scorer into Benny's face. He was right up there with him in case he was needed. Absolutely brilliant finish by the fullback. That's what brings people to Rugby Stadium and gets them watching the rugby on Supersport. So the finishing touches there from Van Aswierken, and suddenly Western Province look very comfortable with their lead.
And it was quick ball from Nick Groom that created the opportunity for Aplon to spot the mismatch. He went inside and outside and left SP Marais for dead. Possibly the try of the season.
Van der Heever doing good work.
Outside, taken back.
Carrying it up, but outside the 22. Here comes Brock Harris. Tell you what, he's going to enjoy the fact that Western Province have so much go-forward ball. Van Aswierken, deep downfield. Well, Zeilinger looks for his options. Finds the best one out wide. And well, here Aplon called the mark, of course, so don't worry about the fact that he ran out.
Right in front, blue.
Zeilinger, SP Marais. He's also a very good runner with the ball, SP Marais, but he hasn't really had those opportunities tonight. Mini. Now Western Province is short of defenders here. They've just got across so quickly.
Play on.
Cooper. Carl Cooper on his own. It's a brave tackle that too, to bring him down by Gary van Aswierken.
Tackle only.
Sharks really undid all the momentum that they had after they'd scored that try.
Let it go, blue.
With the reply from Aplon.
Use it.
Tim Whitehead was caught in possession. It's not a great breakdown that for the Sharks to clean up quickly.
Yep. Let it go now, blue. 6. On your feet.
So a penalty quick take from Sean McLeod. Good angle run there by Tim Whitehead. And Dysel.
Roll away, 4!
Zeilinger. I'll tell you, Western Province, they've made 70 tackles, which is a fair bit in excess of the Sharks tonight.
Onside your Blue.
Oh, Sharks, can they put the finishing touches here somehow? Get some more points on the board. Turn this into a contest. There's the pop pass.
Well, that Blue 10.
And another chance here for Dysel. And he shepherded into touch. Another victory for the small man.
That is indeed. Colby and Aplon, they bundle the big hard man into touch. Much better from the Sharks. More direct, more physical is what they've needed in the second half. The only thing I've noticed though from them, they're very tight. There's no width whatsoever on their attack. So it's making it very easy for Province to put in those double hits and drive them backwards in the defence.
And hasn't Gio Aplon been a real standout on defence? He's a diminutive man, but the tackles that he puts in have been nothing short of outstanding this evening.
Yeah, he definitely punches above his weight. Just hasn't exploded this season up to now by his own high standards. But what a try he scored tonight. 3 backline tries for Western Province. And a quick flat throw in at the line out.
Use it. Onside.
Elstadt.
No. Push back. Backward.
Kicks downfield and gets it up to the 22.
This is Gio Aplon. The genius is starting to come back. He's showing glimpses of exactly what put him into that Springbok jersey. Fantastic stepping. He's been brilliant on defence. And the try scored. Have a look at that. Beautiful stepping.
In the side.
It was a thing of grace and beauty. That try, it certainly was.
Go, Cooper, go!
John Dysel has fought really hard tonight for the Sharks.
In the side, number 5, that's the maul. Happy there.
Quick take
Play
from
on everyone's
McLeod.
10.
Sharks looking to speed up things.
7 Blue!
Cooper. You know he's going to go straight at you, Carl Cooper. McLeod. A number of the players slipping this evening.
No, stop yelling at me, please. Here. Roll away, Blue.
Ball just held up there by Vion Herbst.
No, ball in.
Well, it's another penalty and another quick take here from McLeod.
Yeah, advantage.
Wood is held up short. Western Province defending their line for all that it's worth. This is a really telling stage of this game. Here comes Zeilinger. SP Marais. Are the Sharks ever going to get through here? Scything tackle there on Jean Dysel. And then Edward Hewitt. I guess there's a measure of despair if you keep at it into the 5th place at the moment and you don't score a try. It's of some concern to you. Well, that might be a try.
Time off.
Wow.
Time off. Dion, have a look. I'd like you to review whether there was in fact a knock on, whether it was off the head. Not totally sure. I'd like you to have a look and advise try no try, please.
Okay, I'll have a look.
You just have to look at all those players lying on the ground to realise the effort both these teams are putting into this game.
Thanks.
McLeod through the middle.
Not now, thanks.
Was that ripped out? That might have come off the head.
Just search where, have a word, repeated infringement, next one bin.
And if so, that's a try.
Yeah.
I think Jacques Puertas is going to be credited here with a try.
That's definitely ripped out by.
I've just got them on a
Ron
warning
Kitsop.
now.
That's
for the next
off the
infringement
head.
here.
Dion van Bloemenstein, he's making the adjudication on this.
There might have been a few fingers there as people reached up for that ball. Quite difficult to pick out.
No, advantage is over.
Just have a look at the hands of the two individuals there.
Well, it definitely looks like it's come off Vian Herbster's head, and I think Jacques Bottas will be in for his side second try.
Try, no try.
It's the rip. Not a bad header, really.
Well, it'll result in a goal. You never know. Nizam Carr just not able to grasp that ball, and then there's no problem with that grounding.
Rockwood is rightly so going to go upstairs, sir. I think I've got this one.
Well, of course, the crowd are quite silent as they watch it on the big screen in the stadium.
And another big decision by the TMO in this ABSA Currie Cup coming to the fore.
Now, does that ball go forward from McLeod?
I think that's ripped by Kitsoff, in my opinion.
Then, with any hands at play. And then the question around the grounding, which should be no problem at all.
Craig.
Yes, Dion.
The ball was in fact ripped out of number 20 Black's hands by Black. It didn't go forward. Then it was touched by the Black player and it knocked him against the head. Went backwards off his hands, knocked him against the head. Therefore, the next thing that happened was then Black scored a try, in fact.
Yeah. I suspected as much, so I'm going to award the try.
You may award the try.
Yeah.
Spot on. Dion van Bloemenstein, our TMO, very succinctly took us through that little journey.
And Craig Jabir with a smile goes, yeah, I can't have thought that.
Fred Zeilinger wasting absolutely no time with the conversion because it's catch-up time now for the Sharks.
Well, it was some stoic defence from Western Province initially. Kitsoff got his hands onto the ball and ripped it from McLeod's paws. And then it was helter-skelter behind the goal line. And Jacques Bottas probably gets in for one of the easier tries of his Natal career.
And it's been an illustrious one too. A try better deserved for a man who's been a great servant. Louis Ludik going up for it quite bravely in the face of the many forwards. McLeod. Oh, Zeilinger, did that go straight down? No. So Western Province will welcome a scrum.
I'll quite enjoy those scrums this evening. That's not a good error from the young fly-off.
A little bit higher.
Well, he just had a look up at Nick Groom.
Just working your heart.
Something on a replacement. Kitsoff is on for captain. Fantastic. Dion Currie. And Western Province in an attacking position here will be looking for their fourth try of the afternoon and that bonus point that is alluded to all season.
Okay, right up to the mark, please, hookers. Yep. Scrummy straight.
All that possession, not much coming their way at the moment.
Crouch.
They have tried, but they've tried in vain so far this evening.
Touch. Sorry, stand up, stand up. Sorry, I'm going back a couple of months. My bad. My bad.
Well, I tell you what, Craig Jabir, there won't be any smiles on the face of those Sharks because they've been scrubbed into the ground tonight.
And engage. I'll try to get it right this time, man.
But he's enjoying it, isn't he?
Of course.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Yes, none. Yes. Perfect.
Quick ball to Nick Groom and the long pass to Allender. He's been closely watched tonight. Fanos Vierken.
Fine, no tackle.
Wasn't held in the tackle, so he was within his rights to get up and carry the ball forward. Presented it rather well too. Western Province desperate to get a fourth try for a bonus point. Here comes Kitsoff. And the long pass, has it gone backward? No, it went forwards. And that's perhaps the one area, Rob Kempson, that they'll look back on this evening and say, well, too many knock-ons.
No, too many knock-ons, too many errors, handling errors, 9 of them so far this evening. Kitsoff should have run a block line right there. And your man, Cheslin Colby, would have been in for a very easy try. Plus he had 2 on his outside. And you've liked to have seen the smile on Scorin to Benny's face if he got one.
But it's again, Rob, that quick ball that's cutting the Sharks to shreds. They're not folding quick enough on defence. It's allowing Province to get width and pace on it.
Scrum time here for the Sharks once again. It's been a difficult one for them this evening.
Bind!
They've lost 2 on their own put in.
Yes, none.
Oh dear. Disintegrated Sharks scrum and the penalty that they've given away. Now Western Province will search for a try opportunity, no doubt.
Absolutely damaged once again.
Would they call for another scrum?
Tell you what, if they're hunting for that bonus point, it would be the way forward. But they've also got that trusty maul. The loss of Marco Wenzel has had a big impact on the Sharks line out where they have lost 1 or 2. And the scrums, there's no excuse for the scrums. It's been a collective effort from that Province pack that have had the Sharks on the back foot.
Justin Downey coming on, and finally Jean Duisel will call it a day.
Come on.
And of course took a smack on the head.
Backwards.
Well, that's not a great scrum, rather line out from Western Province. Just let themselves down on occasions this evening.
Onside, yeah.
Zeilinger. Colby waiting for it. The pass to Aplon. Now, what are we going to see from these fellows? Here comes Aplon. Just about got into space. See, he's got in front of his forwards. That's the important thing. And allows people like Michael Rhodes to pick up and go. There's Nizam Carr.
Play on!
Colby.
Come back, black!
Hinjabeni. Now Van Asvieken.
Fine.
Again, it was a knock-on. As you said, Rob, it's into double figures now.
There has been strong defence from the Sharks. There have been a few errors. They're just not making those big hits, those high-impact hits that are knocking Province back. It's something that I'll definitely work on during the week. And sometimes it just happens in these type of games where the other side is just that touch quicker, the pace of the game's a touch quicker. They just have that impetus going into the game. And for the Sharks so far this evening, just hasn't gone their way whatsoever.
I thought
Just some of the runners onto the ball, overrunning it slightly, and the pass is going behind, meaning that they get no momentum, and hence the knock-ons that are coming to the fore.
And in your opinion, the dew certainly has made life a little bit more difficult down there, Gareth?
Most definitely so, and it's contributed to numerous handling errors. But here we see Gerard van der Heever, who's been impressive from the word go. And his big frame, apparently, they tell me he's off to Munster to go play over in Ireland.
Sequence!
And good work by Van der Heever. He's carried well, he's looked sharp all afternoon, and he's caused the Sharks endless problems on attack.
Western Province able to make use quite liberally of their back three. Saw Van der Heever there, Cheslin Colby. He's got a try to boot, and Gio Aplon has got a try to boot. It's another great scrum from Western Province.
Ball is out.
Almost seemed to go through the 90 degrees. Sharks looking to get out of their 22. Zeilinger. Here comes Aplon. Got Colby alongside him.
Play on, holding his ground.
Chase to Maseko. It's good play that by Colby, acting as the replacement scrum half. This is Michael Rhodes. There's just been so many great performances
Holding on, player on his feet.
individually from the home team this evening. Standout player really for the Sharks has been John Dysel, who's off the park right now.
Fine,
It's
turnover
good work
good.
from Jean de Jong. It's another turnover for Western Province. And Tabani. On to Brock Harris. Sharks failing to bring the man down in those first-time tackles. Now desperate to get a fourth try for a bonus point, Western Province. Just over 5 minutes left. Nizam Carr. Good strong work there from Stephen Kitsoff, getting to the point of breakdown very quickly. Just covering the ball. I think Scar and Tabani's really enjoyed tonight's game. That's Elstad. Yes, van Aswegen. Oh, that's another knock-on. Uncharacteristically, we want to keep saying, but it's not the first for Gio Aplon.
Very much so. 12 handling errors here from Western Province this evening. You can't blame the conditions for that. He should have taken it. He was having a look at and eyeing that gap between the two prop forwards.
Cameron Krobler entering the game at this late stage.
There's Michael Willemse. What a moment for him. His debut in Currie Cup rugby at school just 2 years back at Grey College. Oh, sorry, Grey Port Elizabeth, Gavin. The Grey in Port Elizabeth. He gets his opportunity. What a game those two gentlemen had, in particular Scurry and Tabani. Quality from the young man. This is highlights little package. He's got around the park. He's run with the ball. He's been energetic from the start. And remember, he was a late replacement for Tian Liebenberg. And really not quite sure about the kick though.
Oh, he'll be forgiven for that. And Michael Rhodes coming off too. So that's the full bench that's been utilised by Alistair Coetzee. And as you said, Michael Willemse, what a great opportunity for him on debut tonight for Western Province.
And of course he performed so admirably for the SA Under-20 side in France earlier this year at that RB Under-20 World Cup.
My view on the last scrum is that there was forward momentum and then it went round the corner.
That's Bjorn Herbst getting some treatment to his neck.
Naturally.
They're spinning it.
Okay, Carl. All right, Carl. Yeah.
So
Really has been quite a battle tonight for that Sharks pack of forwards. So what's going to happen now is Reno Gerber is going to come back onto the field and Bjorn Herbst will cry off. Reno Gerber back on. He's in fact played for 9 different provinces and clubs. You had someone who played for more.
Marco Wenzel's played for 10. I mean, there's a commentator downstairs that played for 7 Currie Cup sides here in South Africa.
Settle down, Robbie.
Last club that Reno Gerber played for was the Rovigo in Italy.
Bind! Set!
With all the possession that they've had, the Sharks have only got 12 points to show for it. And not enough territorial domination. But here's a chance for them now. The chase from Tim Whitehead.
Knock back
Half the problem for the Sharks is they're up against such a pacey backline. That good kicks are turned into ordinary kicks through good defensive work. That's another turnover. Wow. Chance here for Reno Elstad. Is his moment going to come? Nick Groom. The long pass to Ferret Faniyefa. He's got away from the first man. Oh, it's another knock-on. This time from Nick Groom.
That's such an opportunity lost, importantly, for youngsters out there. And you'll see the All Blacks do this frequently. When you break through, you've got to run off the shoulder of the gentleman that managed to get that break. Just makes that pass so much easier. He catches you in the corner of his eye, he can weight it correctly. Archer perhaps just a little bit too far away. And the coaching staff, they know it. Flecky's going grayer by the day.
But again, Gerrit van der Heever causing endless problems for Lawazi and Bobo out in that left wing. And he's been a real standout for Western Province this evening.
Yeah, because he's had a lot of opportunity too, which, you know, up until now in this season, he's often been missing in action without suggesting that he hasn't done his bit, but the game hasn't really gone his way.
Yes.
Remember his time at the Bulls, he was just such a good right winger, and he's still a very young man.
The binding on his arm first, get your long bind. I will make sure it's steady.
We keep going, boys. We keep going, boys.
Gentlemen, hold and fold.
Yes.
Okay.
That scrum's got to be dead steady before that put-in comes. Straight down the middle of it.
Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys.
I'm pretty sure that Rhino Faber thought his evening was over. Dion Herbst went onto the field. He's back for more. Can he add some steadiness now to the latter part of this game for the Sharks? Solid enough. Zailing up. And Bobo on the inside. Off to Ludik. And the exit play. Is it out on the full? And his question mark's been asked here. But not so, says Mark Van Zyl.
Okay, thanks.
One has to question that tactic from Louis Ludik. They need another score to get within bonus point range and come away with something out of this game.
Well, they need that. The other thing that you need is to stop the Western Province from getting that bonus point. It helps out on the log at the end of the day, which is becoming very tight with the Blue Bulls winning earlier this evening. Province, Svanasviaken. Some good defence in the midfield there from the Sharks. Again, quick ball. This is Kitsov. Groom. Elstad. Mets in the tackle. No problems there from the Sharks defence. Brock Harris smashed off the ball. Nothing's been done. Zalinger with the kick through. The chase coming. Sean McLeod's back there. So is Van Asviaken. And the pass out wide. It's a fumble. Yeah, Upland's under pressure here. And he's driven back over the try line.
Carried back.
The Sharks with a 5-metre scrum on the attack. As you said, Gareth, they could just be edging towards a converted try, and they'll get a bonus point out of this game.
Well, Western Province throwing caution to the wind, looking for that bonus point, but again, it's those handling errors that have hampered them the whole night.
Simultaneous or before the player caught the ball.
Well, we're going to be going back. There was a hit on Brock Harris. I think they might just be coming back for that penalty. It's a good effort there from the Sharks players.
Well, of course, Rob, you mentioned that log. It's been rather congested with the Bulls sneaking that win against Free State, and the Lions getting 5 points against the Griquas earlier today. So every point counts in this ABSA Currie Cup.
And the reason for the delay of the 5-metre scrum to the Sharks was a hit on Brock Harris. Roundabout here, was it ball and all was the question. And if it was, we can carry on. If it wasn't, they'll come back for that penalty.
I was going to play it again.
Really nothing in it, ball and all tackle.
To make my decision.
Good reading of the play by Keegan Daniel.
And we saw in the internationals this morning that referee is allowed to look at the big screen and adjudicate himself on the TMO decision, but in Currie Cup Rugby, the status quo remains that the TMO makes the decision.
Yeah, Craig.
Dion, unless you can see something different, I'm going simultaneous and play on.
That's what I would have thought as well.
Thanks. Play on with the scrum.
And both in agreement in there, Craig Jabir and Dion Bloomstein. So simultaneous. An opportunity here for the Sharks. If they grab 7 points, they'll be in that bonus point range.
Please bind on your body.
This will be the last throw of the dice, just the 30 seconds left.
Let's go, boys, eh?
And the scrum has been under a bit of pressure this evening.
Fold and hold, gentlemen. Crouch. Bind. Set. Yes, none.
It's a better scrum from the Sharks. McLeod dashes over one. Good effort from the scrum half. The Sharks now with the pick and go. Defense stepping out. This is Carl Cooper driven back. Siren goes in the background. So time has run out.
Onside here,
Next
blue.
break in play, the final whistle go. Will it be for a trial for the Sharks?
3 blue.
Defence has been resolute from Western Province this evening. All the Sharks need a little bit of momentum, a little bit of go forward. They can unleash those backs now. Now wide and right, here you go, Zeilinger takes it up. Pick and go through the middle for Keegan Daniel. Claudian Cooper. Met again by the defence of Western Province. Pick and go this time from Hewitt. Faber. The ball out wide, Zeilinger. A great pass out wide, and Bobo's done it before. Not again
Right,
tonight
okay,
so
thanks.
far. Strong effort here once again from Currie from the FA in the defence.
14 offside. 14, your mark's there.
The same man's been called for offside. SP Murray with the quick tap.
Lay on.
Quartus lays it back. Mini this time. Cooper very involved since he's been on the field. Keegan Daniel almost through a little half gap.
Onside.
Sharks should go again. Effort being spent. Cooper again.
Find me blue. Nah.
Still again that defence turn.
Roll away, blue.
More go forward this time. Keegan Daniel straight to ground. Carl Cooper. Cooper gets the try. The conversion to come. And the Sharks might have just stolen a bonus point here at Newlands this evening. Sustained effort from their forward pack. They've put in the hard yards this evening. Some of them have been going backwards, but Cooper this time, he gets the try.
And good work from the combative hooker. He got under his man in Kitsoff. Got over for the try. A 5-pointer, but doesn't this conversion become also important?
And that's what it means, the coaching staff. Sean Everett, Brad McLeod-Innocent, they want that bonus point, and they need it, considering what's happening at the top of the log here at the ABSA Currie Cup.
Well, whatever happens here, this will be Western Province's first win over the Sharks in the Currie Cup in Cape Town since 2010.
And it's all left up now to Fred Zeilinger. He does have a firm head on his shoulders. Good success rate in kicking, generally speaking. All important for that bonus point. It's high, it's through. The 2 points are on offer. And there it is. The Sharks grab a bonus point, but the evening has certainly belonged to Western Province. They've come away with a victory here, 25-19. Tries this evening by Jean de Jong, Cheslin Colby, and Hugh Aplon. Tries for the Sharks, Jacques Wirtus, and there we go, Vazim Bobo, and right at the end, Carl Cooper stealing one for the bonus point try. Penalties and conversions as well from Kurt Coleman that really have put Western Province into this winning margin. Too many handling errors, set piece a problem for the Sharks. They'll be working at that during the week, no one can be rest assured, but the effort from all the players on the field was a substantial one. That's the moment of the match. The man, Hugh Aplon, have a look at that. The step on the outside, on the inside. The magic is back with a minute of a fullback. And the human spirit from ABSA. Go to your man, Hugh Aplon.